The hero of this story is an unemployed man named Lin Zhu. He is browsing the internet for some good-paying jobs that he can do. He opens a website and it shows him a pop-up that reads, "Are you tired of your boring life?" Then it asks him if he wanted a new chance at life that would be more interesting than the previous one. Lin Zhu is frustrated with what he thinks is a poorly written advertisement. Even the third-rate web novels did not use such opening lines. He repeatedly clicks on the cancel icon while cursing the website. He was looking for a job, and while he was doing that, his messy room can be seen. But as he keeps on clicking the cancel button, something weird happens on the computer screen. A portal opens up inside the computer screen and pulls him inside. As he goes through the portal, Lin Zhu sees more pop-ups like before. They congratulate him on making the correct choice to lead a better life. The super god system had been activated to serve him in the future. He screams at the floating screens that he never chose the option to agree. He was clicking cancel but still got pulled inside the portal. But he wakes up in the year 2696 at a place called Starshine Academy. While Lin Zhu was only a common person in the 21st century, he will soon find himself in the future no one would have expected. In the year 2666, monsters invaded the planet Earth. A war broke out between the humans and the monsters, and to kill the monsters once and for all, humans turned to nuclear weapons. But the use of weapons of mass destruction caused destruction to more than just the monsters. A lot of the Earth's civilization was destroyed by the nuclear fallout. It also gave birth to the virus X, which spread around the globe causing mutation in humans. The humans that came in contact with the virus became zombies, and not all monsters were destroyed even in the final attack of humans. The surviving humans started practicing martial arts and cultivation to keep other humans safe, and soon the martial artists became the most respected people in the world. The beautiful and magnificent Starshine Academy is one institute where people learnt to cultivate their spirits and bodies, and Lin Zhu is a student there. His roommate Ma King kicks open the door and wakes him up. He is a beginner martial artist in class 29, the same class as Lin Zhu. Even though the protagonist of this story was sent into the future, his looks and name remain unchanged. Ma King starts shouting at Lin Zhu for not bringing food for him. But Lin Zhu, the talentless student, is still not awake. Ma King kicks him into the wall, calling him trash. King's friends come to his room and say that he should hold his strength or Lin Zhu could die. But he says that it would not matter to anyone if a person like him died. He was useless and a freeloader. Ma King goes ahead and starts kicking Lin Zhu some more. He says that since he had no talent, he should be happy that they let him stay in their room in exchange for making him their servant. But he forgot to bring food for him and embarrassed Ma King in front of his crush. Lin Zhu wakes up gradually as he feels the crushing boot of Ma King on his hand. He remembers that he got pulled in by some weird-looking website. Ma King sees him open his eyes and decides that since he was not going to die, Lin Zhu could take some more beating. He kicks Lin Zhu to the wall, and the memories of the original master of the body start flowing into his mind. He was bullied and beaten by everyone in his class. Even the teachers treated him like he was worthless and had told him that he was worthless, but they were kind enough to accommodate him. Everyone taunted him for being shameless and weak in a world where only the strong survived. They had told him to go away and die. This had forced the original master of the body to develop suicidal thoughts. Lin Zhu realizes that even he would not want to live in a terrible situation like the other Lin Zhu. But since he was the man in charge now, he would do things a little differently. But that would be difficult as the protagonist Lin Zhu was not a person who would take disrespect from anyone. He stares at Ma King and he comes back to hit him again. Ma King asks him to stop staring at him as he punches Lin Zhu, who refuses to bow down to him. He calls Ma King trash and spits blood on his face. There is a moment of free time for him and he wonders that since he was ice-skated, he should have an overpowered ability. The super god system awakens in response to his call and tells him that his anger had filled up the anger meter. Did he wish to use an all-out attack using the accumulated anger? Lin Zhu looks at his stats and the system tells him that they are all below average. He had one skill called Analyzing Eye and his total power was at 250. Ma King is going to punch him and Lin Zhu tells the system that he would use an all-out attack. Their punches clash and the bones in Ma King's arm shatter instantly. He is thrown back and his friends quickly take him to the hospital. But Lin Zhu is also damaged by using the insane attack and is losing blood from the earlier beating. The system tells him that since he had used the all-out attack for the first time, he was being rewarded with a lottery ticket. A lucky wheel opens up in front of him and Lin Zhu is excited on seeing it. He clicks the button and hopes that he gets union coins as a reward. He needed money to afford treatment and there was nothing he had right now. His luck is great and the wheel stops at 10,000 Union coins. Lin Zhu goes to the infirmary to get himself treated and finds the doctor there. She is really beautiful and attractive and teases Lin Zhu by calling him Little Lin. He is shocked that she knew him, but he was the weakest student of the Starshine Academy. Of course, everyone knew him. She gets close to him and Lin Zhu gets nervous and flustered on finding such a beautiful woman near him. He tells her to call him by his name Lin Zhu and not call him Little Lin. She looks below his waist and says that she would have to find out if calling him Little was the right thing or not. Lin Zhu is nervous, but she tells him to take off his clothes and lie on the bed. He blushes and asks her if it was necessary. She tells him that he could keep his underpants on if he wanted, but she would not mind even if he took them off. Lin Zhu realizes that the doctor was a dangerous woman and she could pounce on him if he was not careful enough. She starts calling him Big Lin once he is only in his underwear and asks him which treatment he wanted. He tells her that he needed the high-quality medical treatment that costs 98 Union coins and lies down in the healing machine. Lin Zhu knows that the body he was in right now was weak and it was even worse because of constant bullying and beating, but he was going to change that. The healing process took 5 hours and Lin Zhu became perfectly healthy after that. Inside the classroom, a teacher is telling students about the exploration in Area A20. There were 20 seats for students this time and only students above the beginner rank could go. The teacher notices that Ma King was not in the class and learns that he was undergoing surgery after a fight with Lin Zhu. Other students cannot believe it, but Ma King's friends who witnessed that fight tell them the truth. The teacher decides that Ma King's place would be empty in the team, but just then Lin Zhu arrives and asks the teacher if he could join the team. The students gossip as Lin Zhu appears different and more confident than before. The teacher tells him that it was far too dangerous for him, and he was not even a beginner rank martial artist yet. A bully in the class tells Lin Zhu that he was trash and should go to the Area A20 only if he wanted to die. But Lin Zhu taunts him and challenges him to a fight. If he could defeat the bully named Zhu Jun, he could join the team. Zhu Jun is quite confident and accepts Lin Zhu's challenge. Lin Zhu uses his analyzing eye on him and finds that his total combat power was lower than Ma King's. He plans to dodge his attacks and gather anger, and when the bar would become full, he would use an all-out attack. It is decided that both of them would fight in the arena after the class. A crowd gathers to see the fight, or more correctly, to see Lin Zhu getting beat. They call him stupid and laugh that he was going to be crushed in front of everyone. One student who is Lin Zhu's friend is advising him against fighting, but he tells him that he was going to win. In the arena, Zhu Jun is waiting for Lin Zhu to come. He attacks Lin Zhu directly, but our protagonist blocks and dodges his attacks while increasing his anger. Zhu Jun is frustrated at the constant dodging and tries to taunt his opponent, who does not fall for his weak provocation. The students watching the fight think that a useless person like Lin Zhu could only dodge, but the teacher sees that Lin Zhu was doing a good job. Dodging all the attacks was quite masterful in itself. And then Lin Zhu gets what he was waiting for. His anger meter is full. He releases an all-out attack and meets Zhu Jun's punch with his own. The bully is sent flying with just one hit and everyone is shocked. Zhu Jun still calls him trash, but Lin Zhu says that anyone who got defeated by trash was even worse than trash. The teacher intervenes and orders the students to take the injured Zhu Jun to the infirmary. He is impressed by Lin Zhu and gives him permission to join the exploration team. A20 region was a fallen city to the north of the academy. It was a dangerous territory with mutated monsters and zombies, but the monster body parts could be sold for a lot and the magic crystals in their head could boost the power of martial artists. The teacher briefs the students about the dangers they would face in the A20 region and says that as long as they were not afraid, they would do just fine. They had good equipment and weapons and they were trained for fighting. But if they got afraid of the real-life dangers, they would be killed by even the weakest monsters. He tells the students to divide into 5 teams of 4 people each. He tells them to not venture deeper into the forest and motivates them to do their best. Lin Zhu is with his friend and 2 other people in a group. They are walking near the edges of the A20 area when Lin Zhu spots a zombie. They get ready to fight, but the enemy is only a level 1 zombie. It was a slow-moving zombie and had sharp claws and teeth that could infect the target with poison. Lin Zhu realizes that even the weakest zombie had 100 more combat power than him, but he is determined to kill the zombie alone and gather experience. He slices through the zombie in 1 hit and kills it. The Super God system tells him that he had received 200 XP and leveled up. He also got 2 potential points that he puts into strength. But as he is doing that, 3 zombies attack him. He is about to fight the zombies, but another teammate named Jangi rushes at the zombies and kills them. The group keeps moving into the forest and comes across the level 1 leader zombie. He had all the weapons of level 1 zombies, but he was faster and stronger. He could also call other level 1 zombies to aid him. The zombie leader is about to attack the 4th teammate, but Jangi saves him. He is going to attack the zombie and Lin Zhu warns him to kill it in one strike. But Jangi is arrogant and only cuts one arm of the zombie leader. It cries in pain and summons its comrades. Zombies emerge from the ground and there is a lot of them. Even Jangi, who was acting cool and strong till now, runs away in fear. Only Lin Zhu and his friend are left. Lin Zhu refuses to run away and faces all the zombies to gain more experience points. He has faith in his abilities and takes on the zombies without being afraid. His friend is inspired by his growth and decides to jump in the fight too. They both kill all the zombies together and only the boss is left for last. He jumps on Lin Zhu from behind and pins him to the ground. But Lin Zhu has reached level 5 and he gets as many potential points as the level number he reaches. He has 12 potential points and he decides to put them all in strength once again. With the extra strength, he twists the head of the zombie leader and kills him. Lin Zhu had browsed through the features of the Super God system and decides to open the gene chain to grow stronger and get more skills. But the system tells him that he needs to be at least level 15 to access this feature. He decides to grind XP and level up quickly to unlock gene chain. His friend says that he had changed a lot suddenly and grown so much stronger, to which Lin Zhu replies with a smug, arrogant smile. They decide to explore the forest some more and come to a sign forbidding the beginner martial artists from entering. It was dangerous for them and even their teacher had reminded them to not enter it. Lin Zhu is wondering about the risks and rewards of entering the forest, but then his friend spots something. There is a giant snake behind Lin Zhu. It is a rank 3 color changing python, but Lin Zhu cannot see its speciality or overall combat ability. Lin Zhu is shocked that he cannot analyze the python, which also appears to be an evolved monster. His friend runs away while Lin Zhu hides behind a wall. The python seemed to have left, but he had to still be careful. But there are other factors that prove dangerous as Lin Zhu finds himself surrounded by professional hunters. They point their weapons at the protagonist and ask him what he was doing in the forest. But they realize that he was a student at the Starshine Academy, judging from his uniform. Lin Zhu realizes that he was helpless against them as they were seasoned martial artists and would not hesitate to kill him. But the hunters are complete jerks and one of them takes Lin Zhu's sword. He says that he wanted it and Lin Zhu could go home without it. When he tries to ask for his sword, the hunter attacks him. But before he can take a swing, the python comes from behind the hunter and swallows him whole. The other hunters get alert and get into formation to defeat the rank 3 evolved monster. It was worth a lot of money and they decide to kill it. Lin Zhu hides and analyzes them as they fight the monster and realizes that all of them were rank 1 martial artists. But they were doing pretty well against a much stronger enemy. He plans to take back his sword and run away as soon as possible. The battle between the python and the hunters is a fierce one and both sides suffer heavy injuries. But the python now has weak points that are exploited by the hunters, who kill it in a long-drawn fight. But the leader of the hunters spots Lin Zhu taking his sword and accuses him of luring the python on his crew. The hunter orders him to do the dangerous work of digging out the magic crystal from the python's head. Lin Zhu replies that he did not expect such pettiness and foolishness from a seasoned hunter. He would take out the crystal and the scales of the python, but he was going to claim them as his own. The hunter gets angry on hearing this and attacks Lin Zhu, who steps aside and cuts his hand. He tells the hunter that he was too worn out due to the battle with the python and could not defeat a mere student. The hunter screams in pain and tells Lin Zhu that he was from the Jiang family and they would not sit silently. Lin Zhu tells him coldly that he had never heard of that name, but he knew that the man and his group tried to rob and kill him, and for that, they deserve punishment. He kills the hunter and the system awards him 25 OXP for killing a rank 1 martial artist. He levels up to level 7 and also gets a lottery ticket. Lin Zhu decides to put the potential points he got from leveling up into speed and physique to balance his build. The lottery would be checked later when he was free to do it. Lin Zhu decides to check out the loot before that. He finds the magic crystal in the head of the python and is surprised on seeing it. It could boost his powers or could fetch him a high price. The hunters also had 2 rank 2 mutated monster crystals. Their weapons and armor were nothing special and Lin Zhu decides not to waste his time carrying them. But he gathers whatever he finds valuable and carries it back to his team. But on the way back, Lin Zhu spots another powerful monster, a rank 4 evolved lightning fast leopard. Again, he cannot analyze its speciality and overall combat ability. He decides to run away before the leopard spots him, but there is some motion behind him. He looks around and finds a beautiful girl who jumps at the leopard with her sword drawn. The leopard also attacks her, but she is quite nimble and dodges its attack and uses the opening to counterattack. The leopard crashes to the ground and Lin Zhu wonders how high the rank of the girl was. He believes that with the super god system, he would one day be stronger than her. The leopard is on the ground, and as the girl approaches it, Lin Zhu thinks that the fight was over. But the leopard unleashes a powerful attack that blows away the girl using a lightning explosion. The girl is blown away too far, and Lin Zhu realizes that the leopard is still not dead. It had used a special attack to save its life and harm the attacker. He thinks that the leopard used all his remaining energy to launch a last-ditch attack. But since now it was too weak to do anything, it was easy to kill. Lin Zhu tiptoes close to the leopard, thinking that he could kill it and gain enough experience to level up once again. And also the magic crystal obtained from a rank 4 monster would be really special. But as he raises his sword, he feels the presence of another monster behind him. He turns back to see another lightning fast leopard standing there. Lin Zhu realizes that he had forgotten the basics of fighting monsters. Lightning fast leopards always hunted in pairs, and since one of them was dead, its partner would be furious. He runs as fast as he can while screaming that he did not kill the leopard, while its partner chases him. But he runs too far and reaches a dead end with the leopard still behind him. How will Lin Zhu come out of this desperate situation? Will he kill the rank 4 monster on his own or get help from the female hunter he saw earlier? Let us wait for the next video to find out.